Great morning to all of you. It is Tuesday, and this is your Tuesday edition of Morning Manna. Let's get after it. Come on, let's get in here this morning. Those of you who are here, let's get after this. Never thought the time closer in. Great morning to you this morning. Great morning, Carla Mathis. Great morning to you. Great morning, Rosa Williams. Great morning. I'm coming live to you guys from my office on this morning. Great morning, Tamika Cameron. Great morning to you guys. Let's get in here. We're going to ask you the question, who you riding with? Who's on your team? Who's on your team? Who you riding with this morning? Great morning, Christina Castillo. Great to see you this morning, my sister. Amen. And as you guys are coming in this morning, I want you guys to ask yourself the question, who you're riding with, who's on your team. Great morning to you this morning, Teresa McCall. I'm going to allow you guys to get in here on this morning. Annie Babers, great morning. Thank you this morning. Thank you for tuning in to Morning Manna with Pastor K. Althea Duchess, great morning to you. All right, we are tuning in today. I am here at KBS. This is my office space, Creative Business Solutions. For those of you who are here, we'll be opening. We've got people in already, attendance and things. So we're going to get this thing going. Let's do this morning, all right? All right, you guys are kind of slow getting in here this morning, but I'm going to assume that I'm riding with Jeanette Wicker Brown, Tasha Mathis, and Terry Mathis. Dang, Carl, I couldn't ride shotgun on your crew. It's all good, though. We're excited to have you guys here on today. Let's get into today's conversation. Chucky Lawrence, all right. Good morning, great people. Great morning to you, Chuck. Great to see you this morning. I wanted to ask you all the question, who you riding with? Who's on your team? And the reason why I think it's important for us to ask this question is because so many times we tie what it is that we are doing to individuals. We tie, we want to have a team. Nobody wants to do anything in and of themselves. It's lonely out there and it's hard. And so it always works. Great morning to you as well, Stacey Crosby. The Bible said that a three-strand cord is not easily broken. And so when we begin to understand the importance of partnership and we understand the importance of collaboration, we see that even Jesus Christ realized that he could not accomplish what he was sent here to do on this earth unless he had a good team. And so he put together a team of individuals that he considered their particular skills. He assayed what they were able to do. And so I want you all to understand that if you're going to do great things in life, it will require you to be on a winning team. Great morning to you as well this morning, Ruth Rushlow. But oftentimes what we have to realize is that being on a winning team does not mean that everybody on your team is riding with you. And there are some times when you are led to do certain things that, the people that you believed or thought would be there for you, or the people that you thought would ride the hardest with you, are not always those individuals. And so you've got to sometimes, suck it up, as I said on the other day, and get to work. And I want to give you a real example of this. The Bible tells us not to put our trust in earthly and noble men. It gives us a clear indication that whenever we put our trust in man, you are preparing yourself, you're setting yourself up for a great disappointment. Because one of the things is true, and even I as a pastor, and even me trying to be everything that God desires for me to be, and me trying to treat people right and do the right thing and support where I need to support, even I as a pastor, I'm only a man, and oftentimes I will disappoint you. So I don't ever come in, and I always tell people, don't look at me to be your savior. Don't look at me to be the one who's going to have all the answers. Absolutely, Carla Mathis, you've got to choose your crew wisely. And so as we begin to look at this conversation, you got to ask yourself, who am I riding with? Now, when we examine who Christ rode with, his team, his dream team, he chose 12 individuals specifically. And I need you to understand that each of you, what's up this morning, Jeff Bulls? I ride with Jeff Bulls, but he won't let me go shotgun. He won't let me ride on his crew, but it's all good. I'm going to get a new crew. When we look at this, we've got to begin to realize and understand with ourselves that your team is indicative of what it is that you are trying to accomplish. Understand that. There are certain things in your life, especially this team that you will form, that you will that have to look at, not at who they are and what they've done or where they come from, but what do they possess to help you to complete the mission that you have in your life. And you'll begin to realize as you look at who Christ chose, those individuals were necessary for what he needed to accomplish in his life. So one of his disciples denied him. We know that Peter was the disciple that Christ came when they asked him, hey, aren't you with him? He says, no, I don't know who you're talking about. And as promised or as prophesied by Christ, Peter denied him 3 times. So there will be people on your team that you think should ride for you. Sometimes they'll say some things in the company of other people, and they'll come back and they say, well, so-and-so said this about you. And your response will be like, well, what did you say to them? What was your response? Well, I didn't say nothing. That's why I'm coming. Wait a minute. And you'll think that they should have your back. You should think that they would, have say something in response. No, that's not who they are. And they are quiet, crickets when it comes to giving a response. And you'll say, you know what? Why are you going to deny who I am? We cool. So why aren't you going to stand up on my behalf? But I need you to understand that one of Christ's disciples denied him. So be prepared for people to deny who you are and what you mean to them. All right. So the next thing you got to realize is that one of his disciples denied. One of the disciple denied him. The other disciple did not believe him. How you doing this morning? The other disciple did not believe him, so we got to begin to look. Doubting Thomas, he doubted him. So one denied him, one doubted him. And so there are going to be some times in your pursuit toward excellence that even the people on your team will doubt the things that you are trying to do this morning. Great morning to you, Dr. Laura Brown. There are individuals that are going to doubt your ability to achieve it. They're going to be individuals who will doubt your ability to pull through. But I think you need to understand that all of these individuals that Christ put on his team were individuals that were necessary for him to complete what it was that he set out to do. It was a part of his mission. You need some folks on your team that will challenge you, that will tell you that you can't do it. Because what that does is it causes you to strive and to show you that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now, lastly, and this is the one that is probably the most challenging for those of you who are formulating teams and doing great things and trying to make great things happen. Christina Castillo, I see you out there. Orale, chica, buenos dias. I went through the whole scenario in my life in the past. Absolutely. And Christina, I say that to you because I love you, my sister. Absolutely. We are all going to go through these scenarios. And so what I'm saying to you is that these are all a part of what will happen in our lives as we deal with people. Now, we've talked about one of his disciples denying him. We talked about another one that doubted him. But the last disciple, you got to think he went 25%. 3 out of 12 is 25%. And some of us are mad when we find a rat on our team. I say a rat, but I'm just joking. When we find individuals on our team that are unproductive, when we find, great morning to you, Geraldine Walker. Hey, mom, what's going on? When we find individuals on our team that are not productive, when we have people on our team who have promised to do X, Y, and Z and they don't come through, we find ourselves disheartened. We find ourselves upset and frustrated. How in the world am I going to accomplish what I need to do if I have people on my team that are not committed to the cause? Well, I need you to understand something. They may not be committed to your cause as you think that they are, but they are necessary for the completion of what it is that you have set out to do. Now, this last individual, Judas, we all know his role in the story, right? Judas, he not only denied him, but Judas betrayed him. I know you're on point with small things I strive to accomplish now. Chucky, you know what? Sometimes a great man has to stand out alone. And as you begin to go forth, you'll realize, great morning, Monica Howard, you'll realize that those things and those individuals who your critiques and those criticizers before they become your fans. And so I've learned in life to never allow what people say to hinder what I believe in my spirit I have been called to do. And watch your haters become your congratulators, and they'll always become your friends once you begin to complete the mission that you've been assigned to do. Now, this is the thing that you've got to realize. So the last individual was Judas, and Judas betrayed him. So one denied him, one doubted him, the other betrayed him. That's 25% of his crew who fell through and did not live up to what he expected of them in their life. But the fact of the matter is that Christ realized that his purpose was his purpose. Did you hear what I said? His purpose was his purpose. You must realize that your purpose is your purpose alone. And if you don't fulfill it, it's not their fault. It's not those who've deceived you. It's not those who've denied you. It's not those who have failed you. It's your purpose. So you cannot allow yourself to be allow yourself to get so emotionally connected to those who are on your team. Great morning to you this morning, Vinny Riley. To those who are on your team, that when they falter, you fail. You've got to allow yourself to understand that this is my calling, this is my purpose, and I'm not going to fail when they falter. If Christ lost 25% of his team, was unproductive, then if you got 80%, that's greater than 75. If you got 85% of the people riding with you, if you got one ride or die that is willing to do what is necessary, I'll tell you, as a leader, and me working in so many different capacities, one of the things that I've come to realize is that I have an expectation of what excellence is. And we've got to convey to other individuals, this is what excellence means to me. And then you allow people to show you where they are. What was interesting about this thing is that Christ never canceled anybody on his team. When we get upset because people don't produce the way that we desire or expect them to do, we be like, you know what? I'm done with them. I'm canceling them. They're off the team. I'm not fooling with them anymore. Christ never canceled anybody from his team. He gave them enough rope to hang themselves. As a matter of fact, when we look at Peter, Peter got a chance to do it again. Why? Because you can't cancel people for a temporary failure when they have other things that are going on in their life. You're going to have a Judas in your life. You're going to have someone who betrays you, who betrays you, not portrays you. You're going to have some betrayers too, but you're going to have those who will betray you. They will betray your trust. They'll betray your friendship. They'll betray your professional relationship. And those individuals are necessary. The folks who have betrayed me in my life, the folks who have walked away in my life, the ones who have hurt me were all necessary for me being who I am today. As I told you, all 12 that were on Christ's crew were necessary for him to complete the mission that he was assigned to do. Christ left the 99 to come after me, and I answered yes. So now that you are on the team, what role will you play in bringing his mission to pass? And so that's what we've got to begin to understand. What is my mission? Who's on my team? And who's riding with me? And when those individuals fail you, you've got to remember that failure is not an option. You've got to pick up yourself, wipe off your heart, keep your heart clean, and continue to do what God has called you to do. And you have some of those individuals that will come back like Peter. Peter was weak for a moment. And some people just, have moments of temporary lapses. They have moments. Things are going on in their life. Their experiences won't allow them to be great in the season, but you can't throw them away. Give them an opportunity to come back and to redeem themselves, because Christ redeemed you. I hope you guys have an amazing day today. I hope you're blessed and encouraged. Ask yourself, who's on my team? And then find out who you're riding with and what role they play in the fulfillment of the destiny that has been purposed for your life. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and each other. God bless you. Grace and peace.